Hey guys, Rusty here. So today I'm going to go over how to install a Push Industries ACS in a Fox 36. It's their coil conversion kit. Been wanting to try this out for quite a while. Finally pulled the trigger. I'm just going to go over some of the basic tools you need. I've got some snap ring pliers, dental pick, one of Push's 32 mil chamferless sockets for taking out the top cap, soft mallet, 10 and a 15 mil 6-point with a 3/8 ratchet, my torque wrench, and then later on you're going to need some 10 weight oil, and I got some of the Push SOS grease, which helps on the lower part of the install here. Alright, so let's get started. Alright, so first step, take that top cap off. Depressurize the system. Alright, so once that's depressurized, we're going to go ahead and use the Push 32 mil chamferless socket. Loosen this up. Go ahead and set that aside. Okay, next we're going to remove this safety cap for the rebound adjuster. 2 mil, using our 2 mil Allen, I'm going to loosen this, remove this cap. Watch you don't drop or lose that. Next, I'm going to use the 3/8 ratchet in a 15 mil socket. Go ahead and loosen this. I'm going to loosen this about 2 turns. Leave a little bit on there so we can hit it with the soft mallet to break it free. Should be good. Alright, so once we've got 2 turns, we've got a small gap on the bottom of this. We're going to use our 15 mil socket. Just give it a good swack, break that free. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side with the 10 mil. Go ahead and loosen this nut. There should be a safety washer behind here. Sometimes these get stuck on. The crush washer is stuck, but it'll come off once we give this a little tap. Alright guys, something I forgot to mention, you're going to want something to catch all the suspension oil once you break those 2 seals. And we can just separate the lowers from the uppers. This fork's brand new. It's got maybe 4 weeks of riding on it. So super clean. I'm not going to replace seals or anything on it. Alright, next step, we got to just get the snap ring out. These can be a little bit of a... There we go. Alright, that's out. Alright guys, once we have that snap ring off, we're going to go ahead and pull the air assembly out. I'm not going to be using this anymore. Go ahead and set that aside. And I'm just going to use a lint-free towel and a wooden dowel and go ahead and get the inside of the fork blade clean. Alright, next up we're going to install the lower rod assembly. If you look, you can see that it actually says the model of the fork 36 and your travel 170. Just want to verify you got the right lower control rod. It comes with a new foot nut and a crust washer. We're going to go ahead and pull those off and set them aside. And then if you've got a 2018 or newer Fox 36, you're going to need a top out adapter that comes with it. Just slides on. Can only go on one way. It's got a beveled edge. And we're going to want to take some of our push SOS grease, get the spring perch, and I'm going to put some in the stanchion as well. And we're going to want to take the lower stanchion retaining ring, put that back in. Once you get that in the groove, I would just use your dental pick and confirm that it spins around, and you know that it's all the way in there, seated correctly. Alright guys, next up we're going to install I'm installing the green spring, which is what they recommend for my weight, 190 pounds. And then it comes with a top cap, and you've got two preload spacers. They recommend not using these to start out with, but if you have too much sag, you can add those spacers. And then this is their air bump stop assembly, which helps with lets you adjust the progressiveness of the fork. So if you're bottoming out too much, you can vary this anywhere from 5 to 50 psi, which is super cool. Put a little bit of SOS grease on that top cap there where the O-ring is and the threads. Thread that on down. And we're going to need our 32 mil chamferless socket and 3/8 to tighten this down. Alright. Right, next we're going to put 20 cc's in both of the lowers. Alright guys, sorry about that. Camera died, of course, right as I was adding the 20 cc's to the bottom of each leg. So when you do that, you got to make sure the fork's fully extended. You don't want to create a vacuum. So just make sure that before you go to add the 20 cc's, and this would have been so much easier with the fork out of the bike. It's because it really needs to be almost at least level, if not slightly inverted, so the fluid doesn't run back out. But anyway, I've got 20 cc's in the bottom of each leg. You go ahead and tighten this up with a 15 mil. And don't forget the little plastic crush washers that are on there. And then our other foot nut for the ACS. And you want to make sure you use the blue foot nut they give you with a brand new crush washer. That's a 10 mil. Go ahead and snug that up. Alright, once those foot nuts are snugged up, I'm just going to wipe these lowers down with some rubbing alcohol. You can use Simple Green, or I usually have Maxima suspension cleaner, but I'm out of it right now, but this will work fine. Alright guys, foot nuts tightened up. Next step, we wipe the fork down, it's all cleaned up, and reinstall our rebound adjuster. It's a 2 mil Allen set screw. And then I'm going to have to reset everything based on, Push's got a chart on their website for recommended high and low speed rebound settings. This has a grip too in it, so high speed compression and low speed compression as well. Probably just going to start with their recommended settings. All right, reinstall the brake caliper and our front wheel. Go take it for a spin. All right, we're out here at Fort Ord. This is my backyard, about a 20-minute pavement ride from my house. Nice little descent. Gonna be the first test since I installed the push ACS in my Fox 36. Lots of poison oak right now. Ride this trail about 3 or 4 times a week. Pretty much my go-to 2-hour ride. Man, my front is planted. Super sandy. Awesome. Love it.